Welcome to Friday's market wrap-up here at Top Gun Options. Matthew Buckley, my call sign is Wiz. First thing you're going to do today is go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/TopGunOptions, and scroll down and check out the email that I sent out at about 6 o'clock last night. I was at the Grand Lux at the Boca Raton Mall with my little princess, and was sending out an email back and forth with one of my Commanding Officers Club clients. That's a private 101, kind of the elite, the highest level of coaching here, consulting we have here at TGO. And so 654. So hearing through the trees, some buddies up north might be lobbing some cruise missiles into Syria. That's going to send vol through the roof, potential pullback through the 50-day moving average. He used the comment red lines yesterday when he gave Obama a lot of grief for using that language. He's got to act. And then read the rest of it, because I say, hey, we're going to lob some missiles probably within the next 72 hours. I'd hedge with all. Check that out, folks. And then the final email I send at 9:23, it says, do you see the news? So that's the type of access and the trading and the situational awareness you're going to get here at TGO from nailing the election and saying, hey, Goldman Sachs, Citi, JP Morgan, they're all wrong. Trump's going to win and we're going to get a rally. Completely blew away the smart money, and we have the world access and the global situational awareness to make some pretty profitable trades. Next thing we're going to talk about this week in our Friday market wrap-up is our 3 trades for about a $5,500 weekly options gain. That's upped our winning percentage this year to date to about 93%. 93% of our weekly options trades are successful. Goldman Sachs bear call spread that I put on this week, I think Tuesday, that's an $1,100 gainer in 3.5 days. And here's we closed an SPX bear call spread. Remember on Wednesday, that ADP rip your face off jobs number, rip your face off rally, I sold a bear call spread into it. Was it to 23.90.95? Closed that yesterday for a $1,100 gain, 98% gain. Here's our iron condor. It's currently up about 88%, $2,900. It's still got about $450 to go until the close. And there you go, folks. 3 trades over $5,000 in weekly options profits. How do we do this? Here's what you're going to do if you're not a member right now. Next week we're doing what we do a couple times a year. We do what's called the Full Throttle program. So you need to head to go.topgunoptions.com/full-throttle. Okay, full-throttle. And then it changes to join FT, join Full Throttle. You can go to either one of those URLs and then your name, email, your cell phone number if you want to see us send out text alerts, and you'll get access to an entire week. The entire flight schedule is on this page right here, and you're going to see all of our actionable trades, our weekly options trades, our Jan 19 trades. We're opening up the door to our squadron next week for Full Throttle. I'll throw the OPCL at you, the Options Pocket Checklist, and a trade plan. That's $100 right there just for registering. And if you can't make all the live trading sessions, register anyway, because we're going to send you the replay page. If you can't make the Thursday advanced live trade brief, still sign up and you'll get access to the replay. Folks, this is the industry leading Full Throttle that you've heard about, and men lie, numbers don't. I just showed you over $5,000 in weekly options profits on 3 trades and limited risk, folks. Let's look at the iron condor right now. $2,900 gain. You want to know what the risk was? $4,200. Would you risk $4,200 to potentially make $3,300? And there's a 73% probability, or actually an 80% probability of max profit there. So great trades. Couldn't be happier. All right, now let's debrief the week, man. Holy crap! What a pull up a chair and grab a glass of wine. Let's start with what's going on today. Any of these individual events would be news in themselves and leading. Sweden. Massive terror attack. Here we go with a truck plowing into a really high-end mall in Sweden. Everybody remember a month ago when Trump called Sweden out for their immigration policy and their terrorist attacks, and the Swedish prime minister and oh my God, you're awful, you're horrible. Guess what? Does Trump really hate being right? The guy's always early on stuff. We know that this week that Susan Rice used the national intelligence assets of this country to spy on a opposition party, the incoming president, for political purposes. It's incredible. It's a felony. It's 10 years in jail. Liberal media isn't paying attention to this at all. The House Intelligence Chairman, who was leading this Russia probe, he stepped aside. You know why? Because liberals filed an ethics complaint against him because he went to the White House to go into a SCIF. If you don't know what a SCIF is, I've been in one. Special Compartmented Information. It's a room. It's the cone of silence, like in Maxwell Smart. I am old enough to know who Maxwell Smart is. And then the Democrats file an ethics charge, so he's got to step aside. And he actually did. He didn't have to. There's no way in hell a Democrat, a liberal, would have stepped aside. They would have just sat there. His co-chairman, Schiff, should step aside. Whatever, I'll leave this alone. Now we're going to have Trey Gowdy on it, and I couldn't be happier. So, and then obviously last night, as I told you, I called this hours before it happened. Go to the Facebook page and read the email I was having back and forth with my Commanding Officers Club client, and I called it. And I actually said get long vol. Why? Because obviously it's a little bad for the market, but check out the reaction. We talked about the VIX this week, folks, and I'll talk about it next week. Look at this. The resting heart rate is an 11. You see an 11 in front of this decimal point on the VIX, it's time to get long vol. When vol is cheap, you buy it. When it's expensive, you sell it. So guess what? I would be getting short vol here. Well, Wiz, what do you know? Look at the 13 line. Folks, this is a heart rate monitor. 13 down, 13 down, 13. That was the, what was it, the jaw or the healthcare debacle, whatever. 13 down, folks. This was a, for all the Trump supporters that are like, holy crap, he blew it. Now we're in a war in Syria. No, we're not, folks. He sent, 56, 59 cruise missiles, surgical strike to the airfield where allegedly or not allegedly, the Syrian Air Force launched those airplanes carrying the chemical weapons. Took out the hangars, took out a bunch of MiG-23s. I think he took out some Russian jets too. Gave the Russians a heads up, obviously, because there are Russian troops and pilots at that airfield. We don't want to hurt those guys. We technically didn't want to hurt the Syrians, right? We just wanted to take out their capabilities and their chemical weapons. This ain't a war in Syria. This is I couldn't be happier with what Trump did. First of all, he's getting ready to have dinner with the Chinese, right? And what's he have to talk about with them? Oh, nothing. How about North freaking Korea? They're launching bottle rockets. Perfect message, man. This guy threaded the needle perfectly this week on a lot of things. Quick side note, Justice Gorsuch is going to be confirmed today. The Reid option was invoked, and now it takes 51 senators to get a Supreme Court justice. Now, I'm sure Weekend at Bernie's dead body, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she's next, okay? I don't even think she's alive. I think they prop her up and drag her around and make her vote. So Trump's not only this, the next time he can send up a even more conservative candidate. Not that Gorsuch was conservative. The guy was kind of middle of the road. Now we can just send up whoever the hell we want, and liberals' faces are going to melt off. But I digress. But the ability of the president to launch cruise missiles into Syria, to punch that guy in the face and say, hey, man, I'm not kidding. My red lines mean something. Oh, no, by the way, I'm going to have dinner with the Chinese premier. Hey, North Korea, you're next. Iran, you paying attention? So while Obama flew planes full of cash into Iran, Trump's, sending cruise missiles into Syria. Different world order. The reason the markets, and some of you might be sitting here, and I'll talk about this next week in Full Throttle, some of you might be like, holy crap, with everything you're talking about, why isn't vol going through the roof? Because I think the markets are looking at this like, okay, yesterday Trump used the words red lines with Syria. Obama did, nothing happened. Is this guy going to, fumble all over himself? Nope. Next day, 24 hours later, cruise missiles. He's got his Supreme Court nominee through. Now the market's going, I think this guy does mean what he says. Maybe we will get tax reform done. Maybe we will get the infrastructure project done. So I think the market's looking at this as a one-time surgical strike, which they should. That's what I'm looking at it as. And, we get back onto caring about, I'm not going to say more important things, but we do care about trade. We obviously care about North Korea. That's going to come to a head soon, folks, just like the Syria thing. But let me get operational for a second. There's your strategic brief. Now let's get operational. Everybody remember the Wednesday ADP number? I call it this. I call it a jobs program for people at ADP and on Wall Street. Because when the ADP number came out Wednesday afternoon and it was a blowout number and the market had a rip your face off rally, I was like, folks, we're only care about this for a day and a half. When the ADP number comes out, a bunch of 28-year-olds over-caffeinated or over something else, guys, run to their cubicles at Goldman Sachs, wherever on Wall Street, and change their number for Friday. The only number that matters is the Friday number. Anybody see what it was? It sucked. So there's the ADP number on Wednesday. And then today, 98,000. Holy crap, man. What a difference. This is one of those times. It's every other year or so. The ADP number is not even close to the government number on Friday. So I don't even remember what happened on Wednesday, right? So in weekly options lifetime, when that popped on Wednesday, I'm like, done. I'm selling a bear call spread into this because Friday's a world away, and I think we're going to sell in the news, and we did. So nailed that one. A lot going on here, folks. And then remember the FOMC minutes came out Wednesday after the ADP report. And hey, we're going to shrink our balance sheet this year. And some of our Fed governors said stock prices are way high here. The fact that they're actually talking about the market, folks, instead of monetary policy, this is the Fed saying, we believe equity values are way overbought here. We'd be a seller of equities. What are they, running a hedge fund? The market pulled back. Remember, we were up like 15, 20 on the S&P and ended up down 7. We made $1,100 in a day, in hours, on that SPX bear call spread. So, folks, we're having a blast here, if you can't tell. I'm having a blast here at TGO. Really looking forward to next week in our full throttle. We only have 50 slots. I'm warning you right now. I usually announced that last week. You gotta get here early. Watch what we do here at TGO. We're opening the squadron so you can see everything we do. I'm cautiously bullish, just like I called last week. We're going to bounce off this 50-day. We're going to bounce off this 50-day here. Cautiously bullish means I have some hedges on, man, on the S&P 500. We might get long vol next week as well, just to have an ejection seat, man, because this market is becoming increasingly binary. And I know this sounds like a Yogi Berra-ism, right? We're either going up or going down. And if we're going down, we're going down hard. I don't think that's the case. With everything that I just briefed you on today, with a terror attack over in Europe again, cruise missiles into Syria, Russia actually putting a couple ships between our ships and Israel in the Med, like, hey, you guys going to launch again? We might even take some of these down. There's a lot going on here, folks, that I'll explain is going on behind the scenes since I have access to this. You got to sign up. You got to sign up because we're trading the hell out of it, man, and our members are seeing some incredible profits. We'll talk about the Goldman Sachs and the financial trades we did before the elections, where one of my members was up $135,000 one Goldman Sachs trade with 20 contracts, while I was up a paltry 12 or 15 with my 5 or something. It was comical. But all right, guys, I got to run. Busy day. I'm going to keep watching the markets here, but I'm going to, enjoy the rest of the day and grab my popcorn because that's what we do here. Go.topgunoptions.com/joinft. Make sure you go to our Facebook page, and while you're there, click like, but look at the email that I sent. Look at the times on it. Men lie, numbers don't, and see the type of access that I give not only to my members, but the one-on-one access that I give to my Commanding Officers Club clients as well. Okay, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. I'll be back with Monday's Market Outlook on Monday, but I'm going to see you guys Monday night at 8 o'clock for our full throttle kickoff sessions, okay? So have a great weekend, and God bless. We'll see you next week.